Welcome to the Stripologized Block of the Month, where we take a traditionally pieced block, stripologize it using our Stripology Rulers and the Master Your Stripology Rulers book. Now, this is going to be our block number 2. So what you need, of course, is your Master Your Stripology Rulers book and a Stripology Ruler. You can use the mini squared, or the XL for this block. Of course, you want to make sure to download and print the PDF for this month's block. So let's break down this month's block. We are going to be working with similar units as in our first block. And if you missed our first block, you can go ahead and download that still on our website. But what we're looking at here are 4 flying geese, just like our first block. You can choose to make it 12 inches, 9 inches, or 6 inches, the blocks. Mine is 12 inches, so I am going to need flying geese that finish at 3 by 6. So in order to work from that, we want to find our spot in the book, which is going to be on page 18, where we have the technique for the flying geese, and then we have the chart. So I'm going to use my squared mini ruler. So I have my chart here for a finished 3 by 6 inch flying geese. I need a 9-inch square of fabric A, which is the outer part. So that's actually my star points. And then I'm going to need a 7.5-inch square of fabric B, which is the main part of the geese, or this, in this case, the background. So I am going to cut that. Each square, or the pair of squares, make 4 flying geese. So that's all we need for the flying geese. I have my square, 9-inch square for my start points, and my background square for my background. So that's ready to go. Next thing we're going to look at is the center pinwheel block. This one contains 4 half square triangles. So making half square triangles with the Stripology method is very simple. We're going to cut squares. This is going to be found on page 9. So we are going to cut squares that are an inch larger than a finished size of the unit. So for the 12-inch block, I need 4 half square triangles that finish at 3 inches. And with the technique, we are making 2 at a time. So I need 2 squares that are an inch larger than the 3. So 2 squares that are 4 inches of each. So I have 2 from one color and 2 from another, because this combination is going to make 4 half square triangles. So as I pair them together, I want to lay the 2 together that I want together into each portion of half square triangles. And then I'm going to go from there and make the 4 half square triangles, piece them into the pinwheel block. And then the last thing is our corner squares. And so we need 4 of them that finish at 3 inches. So I cut mine, of course, a 1/2 inch larger, adding our seam allowance. So 3.5-inch squares go into the corners of my block. So I'm going to go ahead and make my units first, starting with the flying geese and the half square triangles, assemble them into the pinwheel. I decided to press my pinwheel block into a circle, opening up the center. And then as I join my block in the 3 rows, I press my center unit to the middle and my outside pieces outward, so that all of my seams will nest really well when they are sewn together.